I need your full attention because what you're about to hear could be the wake-up call that transforms your life. Have you ever felt like others don't take you seriously and couldn't figure out why? Maybe you thought it was their problem, or maybe you convinced yourself it didn't matter. But here's the hard truth. Respect isn't denied without a reason. There are certain habits, deeply ingrained behaviors, that might be sending the wrong message every single day. These habits can silently communicate to others, this person doesn't value themselves, and that mindset affects how they value you. The harsh part, you might not even realize you're doing it. Today, I'm going to reveal 12 habits that could be making others lose respect for you. And trust me, you need to stay until the end because habit 12 is the one most people refuse to acknowledge, and it's the most damaging of all. If you're ready to take control of your life and make a change, drop a comment below saying, "No more disrespect," to commit to this transformation. Before we dive in, let's get one thing straight. Respect is not optional. It's the foundation of every healthy relationship, whether romantic, professional, or even with yourself. Here's another truth. Respect isn't something you can demand. It's something you earn. Unfortunately, many of us unknowingly sabotage ourselves with behaviors that erode our respect, not just from others, but from within. If you don't address these habits, you'll remain trapped in a cycle where disrespect becomes normal, where you're overlooked, undervalued, and left wondering why you're not living the life you deserve. But it doesn't have to be this way, so if you're serious about breaking free, subscribe to this channel right now. I promise this is just the beginning, and if you believe this message can help others, hit the like button to make sure YouTube recommends it to everyone who needs it. Now, let's dive into the habits that could be quietly destroying your self-respect and affecting how others see you. Number 1. Lack of confidence. Confidence is the foundation of respect. It's the silent force that dictates how you carry yourself, how others perceive you, and ultimately how you navigate life. Without confidence, you're operating at a disadvantage, not just in your relationships, but in every aspect of life. However, confidence is often misunderstood. It's not about being the loudest person in the room, showing off material success, or walking around with puffed-up arrogance. True confidence is quiet, steady, and deeply rooted in self-assurance. It's the kind of energy that women and everyone around you can sense without you having to say a word. But here's where most men go wrong. They kill their confidence before they even step out of the house. It starts with the comparison game. Scrolling through Instagram, you see other men with better cars, more defined physiques, or seemingly perfect lives, and suddenly your self-worth takes a hit. Social media has turned comparison into a daily ritual, eroding your confidence one scroll at a time. This lack of confidence doesn't stay hidden. It shows up in your hesitation, your body language, and the way you speak. Women pick up on it instantly. They sense insecurity in the way you avoid eye contact, fidget, or second-guess yourself. And here's the harsh truth. Insecurity is a major turn-off because it signals instability. Confidence isn't arrogance. True, confidence isn't about dominating others or boasting about your achievements. It's about being secure in your value, regardless of external validation. Think of Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic emperor of Rome. Despite ruling one of the greatest empires in history, his writings reveal a man of humility and quiet strength. This is the essence of true confidence, a calm self-assurance that doesn't need applause to exist. Women respect men who exude this kind of confidence because it creates a sense of security. They want to know that you're steady, grounded, and capable of handling life's challenges without crumbling under pressure. The trap of external validation. Many men tie their confidence to external factors, a paycheck, job title, social media likes, or how others perceive them. But this creates a fragile foundation, because the moment those external factors falter, so does your confidence. Real confidence comes from within. It begins when you stop outsourcing your self-worth to the opinions of others and start building it from actions you take. Confidence isn't built by sitting around thinking, it's built by doing. Building confidence through action. The good news is that confidence can be developed no matter where you are in life. Start small. Speak up in a meeting. Hit the gym even when you don't feel like it. Set a goal and achieve it, no matter how small it might seem. Each of these small victories is a brick in the foundation of your confidence. Consistency is key. Confidence isn't something you gain overnight. It's the result of showing up for yourself day after day, proving to yourself that you're capable and dependable. Transforming insecurity into strength. When you feel insecure, don't suppress it. Use it as a guide. Ask yourself, what is this insecurity teaching me? If you feel self-conscious about your appearance, start working on your fitness. If you're worried about your career, learn a new skill or build a side hustle. Transform those insecurities into motivators for growth. Action kills doubt. The more you work on yourself, the more secure you'll feel. And here's the irony. The less you chase external validation, the more it comes to you naturally. Women respect men who are focused on their own growth because it signals ambition and self-discipline, two incredibly attractive traits. The confidence feedback loop. Confidence has a ripple effect. When you feel good about yourself, it radiates in everything you do, from the way you speak to the way you carry yourself. This energy is magnetic. Women notice a man who walks into a room with quiet self-assurance, who holds his head high, and who engages with others without hesitation. Conversely, insecurity creates a negative feedback loop. When you doubt yourself, it affects your actions, which then reinforce your lack of confidence. Breaking free from this loop requires deliberate effort, but it's entirely possible. Why confidence matters to women. Women are naturally drawn to men who project confidence because it creates a sense of safety and stability. It tells them you're in control of yourself and your life, but they're also repelled by arrogance, which often masks insecurity. True confidence is about balance. It's about knowing your worth without needing to prove it to others. It's about leading with humility while standing firm in your values. Steps to build unshakable confidence. Identify your weaknesses. Pinpoint the areas where you feel least confident and create a plan to improve them. Whether it's your fitness, communication skills, or career, take small steps every day to build competence. Set and crush goals. Start with achievable goals and progressively challenge yourself. Each accomplishment, no matter how small, reinforces your confidence. Develop self-discipline. Confidence grows when you prove to yourself that you can show up consistently, even when it's hard. Surround yourself with positivity. Be around people who inspire and uplift you. A supportive environment can significantly boost your self-esteem. Embrace failure. Understand that failure is part of growth. Learn from it and use it to fuel your progress. The confidence advantage. Confidence isn't about perfection, it's about resilience. It's not about never doubting yourself. It's about moving forward despite those doubts. When you cultivate real confidence, you become unshakable. You stop being affected by the opinions of others and start living life on your terms. Women respect men who have mastered this mindset because it signals strength, maturity, and self-awareness. They see it in the way you hold yourself, the way you handle challenges, and the way you interact with the world. Confidence is a choice. It's a skill you develop through consistent action and self-belief. So, ask yourself, What will I do today to build my confidence? Start small, stay consistent, and watch how your life transforms. Because confidence isn't just attractive, it's life-changing. Number 2. Poor hygiene. Hygiene is one of the most fundamental aspects of self-respect and presentation. It might seem basic, but poor hygiene is one of the fastest ways to lose respect, not just from women, but from anyone around you. It doesn't matter how charming, successful, or good-looking you are. If your hygiene is lacking, it undermines everything else. Women are incredibly perceptive. They notice details like how you smell, the state of your hands, your grooming habits, and even your breath. Neglecting these basics sends a loud and clear message: I don't value myself enough to care for my appearance. And if you don't value yourself, why should anyone else? Why hygiene matters. Good hygiene is more than just looking or smelling good. It's a reflection of discipline, self-respect, and attention to detail. It signals to the world that you care about yourself and are mindful of how you present yourself to others. Women aren't just paying attention to your cologne or hairstyle. They're observing how you maintain yourself on a daily basis. When your hygiene is poor, it creates an impression of laziness, lack of discipline, and indifference. For women, this is a major turn-off because it suggests that if you can't handle basic self-care, you're unlikely to handle the bigger responsibilities in life. Common hygiene mistakes men make. Let's address some of the most overlooked hygiene mistakes. Bad breath. This is a major deal breaker. Whether it's due to poor oral care or skipping regular dental checkups, bad breath is something women notice immediately. Body odor. Neglecting deodorant or skipping showers can leave a lasting negative impression. Even the strongest cologne can't cover up body odor. Unkempt hair. Whether it's messy bedhead or overgrown facial hair, a lack of grooming shows a lack of effort. Dirty nails. Women notice your hands, and dirty or untrimmed nails can be a silent signal of poor hygiene. Wrinkled or dirty clothes. Showing up in clothes that look like they've been on the floor for days suggests you didn't care enough to prepare yourself properly. Overdoing scent. Too much cologne can be as off-putting as none at all. Subtlety is key. These seemingly small details matter because they're often the first things people notice about you. Hygiene extends beyond appearance. Hygiene isn't just about your physical self, it also applies to your surroundings. A cluttered apartment, a dirty car, or a disorganized workspace can create the same impression as poor grooming habits. Women notice these things and may assume that if you don't care for your environment, you likely don't care for yourself either. Your surroundings are an extension of who you are. Keeping them clean and organized demonstrates a sense of pride, discipline, and maturity. How to fix poor hygiene. Improving your hygiene doesn't require luxury products or excessive effort. It's about consistency and building a routine. Here's how to elevate your hygiene game. Shower daily, a basic but crucial step. Use quality soap and shampoo, and don't forget to wash your face with a cleanser that suits your skin type. Oral care. Brush your teeth twice a day and floss regularly. Invest in a good mouthwash and schedule regular dental cleanings. Keep mints or gum handy for fresh breath. Deodorant and fragrance. Use deodorant daily and consider a subtle cologne that complements your natural scent. Avoid overpowering fragrances. Grooming. Regularly trim your nails, clean under them, and keep your hair and beard neat. If you prefer a clean-shaven look, ensure you're shaving properly to avoid irritation. Skincare. Take care of your skin by moisturizing and using sunscreen. Healthy, clear skin makes a strong impression. Dress. Well, wear clean, wrinkle-free clothes that fit you well. They don't have to be expensive, but they should be appropriate for the occasion and well-maintained. Pay attention to details. Women notice small things like dry or cracked hands, unkempt eyebrows, or chapped lips. Keep these areas groomed and moisturized. Hygiene as self-respect. Good hygiene isn't vanity, it's self-respect in action. When you look good, you feel good, and that confidence radiates in everything you do. Women are naturally drawn to men who carry themselves with pride, and hygiene is a visible marker of that pride. Neglecting your hygiene doesn't just affect how others perceive you, it impacts how you perceive yourself. Poor hygiene can lead to feelings of self-consciousness, which in turn affects your confidence and social interactions. Breaking this cycle starts with making self-care a priority. The psychological benefits of good hygiene. Beyond improving your appearance, good hygiene has a positive impact on your mental health. When you're well-groomed, you feel more confident and prepared to tackle the day. This boost in confidence makes you more approachable, charismatic, and attractive. Practical tips for long-term improvement. Create a routine. Establish a daily hygiene routine that becomes second nature. Set reminders. If you're new to certain habits, set reminders on your phone until they become part of your daily schedule. Invest in quality products. You don't need to break the bank, but investing in good grooming products can make a noticeable difference. Maintain your environment. Keep your living space, car, and workspace clean and organized. Stay consistent. The key to great hygiene is consistency. Make self-care a non-negotiable part of your day. Number 3. Disrespectful behavior. Disrespectful behavior is one of the fastest ways to lose a woman's respect, and often men don't even realize when they're being disrespectful. It's not always about yelling or name-calling. Disrespect can be subtle, and it's these small, seemingly insignificant actions that erode trust and admiration over time. Many men confuse being direct with being dismissive or mistake honesty for cruelty. But here's the truth. Disrespect isn't strength. It's a glaring sign of insecurity. A confident, high-value man knows how to express himself without demeaning or disregarding others. What does disrespect look like? Disrespectful behavior can take many forms, and some are more obvious than others. Sarcasm or mockery, constantly making sarcastic remarks or joking at her expense, might feel harmless to you, but it chips away at her self-esteem and creates emotional distance. Interrupting or dismissing her opinions, brushing off her ideas, cutting her off mid-sentence, or ignoring her input tells her you don't value her thoughts. Invalidating her feelings, saying things like, "You're overreacting," or "That's not a big deal," minimizes her emotions and shows a lack of empathy. Belittling or criticizing, pointing out flaws in a hurtful way or making her feel less than, isn't honesty, it's cruelty. These behaviors might not seem like a big deal in the moment, but they add up. Women notice patterns, and if she starts associating you with dismissiveness or condescension, her respect for you will crumble. Why disrespect happens? Disrespect often stems from insecurity or fear. You might be afraid of appearing weak, losing control, or being vulnerable. Instead of addressing these fears, some men resort to criticism, dominance, or dismissiveness to mask their feelings. But here's the paradox. True strength comes from treating others with respect and valuing their worth. When you're confident in yourself, you don't feel the need to tear others down to lift yourself up. How women perceive disrespect. Women are incredibly perceptive. They pick up on tone, body language, and even the words you don't say. When you're disrespectful, it signals to her that you don't value her, and if she feels undervalued, why would she stay? Disrespectful behavior creates emotional walls. Over time, she'll stop opening up to you, sharing her thoughts, or trusting you. the relationship becomes strained, and once respect is lost, it's incredibly difficult to regain. Respect is not weakness. Some men believe that showing respect makes them appear weak or submissive. This couldn't be further from the truth. Respect is a cornerstone of leadership, strength, and maturity. It's about finding a balance between assertiveness and empathy, speaking your mind without belittling hers. For example, instead of interrupting, listen actively and acknowledge her perspective. Instead of invalidating her feelings, seek to understand them. Instead of criticizing harshly, offer constructive feedback with kindness. These actions don't diminish your strength, they amplify it. Women respect men who can stand their ground while treating others with dignity. How to handle disagreements with respect. Arguments and disagreements are inevitable in any relationship, but how you handle them matters. Resorting to shouting, name-calling, or trying to win the argument only shows a lack of control. Instead, focus on finding solutions and expressing yourself calmly. Here are some tips. Stay calm. Take a moment to collect your thoughts before responding. Listen actively. Give her the space to share her perspective without interruptions. Acknowledge her feelings. Even if you disagree, validate her emotions by saying things like, "I understand why you feel that way." Focus on solutions. Shift the conversation from blame to resolution. Women respect men who can navigate conflict with composure and maturity. Emotional outbursts or dismissiveness will only damage your connection. Avoid overcompensation. On the flip side, some men overcompensate in an attempt to appear respectful. They become overly agreeable or submissive, letting their partner make every decision or dictate the terms of the relationship. This isn't respect, it's a lack of boundaries and self-respect. Women don't want a pushover. They want a partner who respects himself enough to stand firm in his values while still valuing hers. Inconsistency is disrespect. Another overlooked form of disrespect is inconsistency. Saying one thing and doing another, whether it's breaking promises, showing up late, or failing to follow through, erodes trust and signals unreliability. For example, if you say you'll call. If you promise to handle something, handle it. These small actions build a foundation of trust and respect. Women need to know they can rely on you, not just in big moments, but in the everyday ones. Respect extends. Beyond her disrespect doesn't just apply to how you treat her, it's also about how you treat others. Women watch how you interact with waitstaff, friends, strangers, and even your family. If you're rude, dismissive, or condescending to others, she'll assume you'll eventually treat her the same way. Conversely, if you're kind, patient, and fair, it reflects positively on your character. Women are naturally drawn to men who treat everyone with dignity. Practical steps to build respectful habits. Reflect on your behavior. Take an honest look at how you interact with others. Are there moments when you interrupt, dismiss, or criticize? Practice active listening. Make a conscious effort to fully engage when she's speaking. Show her that her thoughts and feelings matter. Apologize when necessary. If you've been disrespectful, own up to it. A sincere apology goes a long way in rebuilding trust. Set boundaries. Respect goes both ways. Communicate your needs clearly while respecting hers. Lead by example. Show respect in every area of your life, from your relationships to your work to how you treat strangers. The ripple effect of respect. Respect is contagious. When you treat her with respect, you encourage her to do the same. It creates a positive dynamic that strengthens your connection and deepens your bond. On the other hand, disrespect creates a cycle of negativity. It fosters resentment, distance, and ultimately a breakdown in the relationship. Number 4. Neediness and clinginess. Neediness is one of the biggest turn-offs, but it's a trap many fall into, often without realizing it. In today's world of instant communication, it's easy to rely too much on constant validation. But the moment you start acting needy, you risk losing her respect. Neediness isn't just about excessive texting or asking if she still loves you. It's a mindset. It's the lack of self-sufficiency that makes you dependent on her for happiness and self-worth. This behavior signals insecurity, which women notice right away. They don't want to feel like your lifeline. They want to feel like your partner. Clinginess often stems from fear, the fear of losing her. You think that by staying close and constantly checking in, you're strengthening the relationship. In reality, this behavior pushes her away. Women need space to breathe, miss you, and appreciate your presence. When you're always available, you become predictable, and predictability kills attraction. To overcome neediness, start by reassessing your life. Are you filling your time with meaningful activities, or are you waiting around for her next message? High-value men have their own goals, missions, and lives. They don't need constant reassurance because they're secure in who they are. Building independence is crucial. Pursue your passions, set goals, and dedicate time to personal growth. When you're focused on becoming the best version of yourself, you naturally rely less on her for validation. Ironically, this independence makes you more desirable. Another aspect of neediness is emotional dependence. Constantly seeking approval or reassurance places the burden of your emotional stability on her. A high-value man takes responsibility for his emotions, handling setbacks and challenges without falling apart. Set boundaries, not just with her, but with yourself. Spend time alone, say no when necessary, and prioritize your growth. Solitude isn't loneliness. It's a chance to reconnect with who you are. When you're comfortable being alone, you become infinitely more attractive. Respect comes from balance. Women want a man who is present but not overbearing, attentive but not desperate, loving but not dependent. By striking this balance, you create a relationship dynamic that's both exciting and sustainable. Neediness isn't just unattractive, it's a sign you're not living up to your potential. Focus on your growth, embrace independence, and you'll earn not just her respect, but a stronger, healthier relationship. Number 5. Dishonesty and unfaithfulness. A man's word is his bond. It's not just an old saying, it's the foundation of your character. When you lie, deceive, or cheat, you're doing more than breaking someone's trust. You're dismantling your own integrity. Women are incredibly intuitive. They pick up on dishonesty faster than you think, and when they sense even a hint of deceit, their respect for you takes a nosedive. No charm, looks, or status can compensate for a lack of honesty. Dishonesty isn't limited to big betrayals like cheating. It's also the small lies that chip away at trust over time, telling her you're working late when you're out with friends, pretending to like her interests when you don't, or exaggerating your achievements. These may seem insignificant, but they add up. Women need to feel safe in a relationship, and safety begins with trust. If she can't trust your words, she can't trust your actions. Without trust, respect is dead on arrival. In today's world, where social media offers endless validation and distractions, staying faithful requires discipline. A flirty message or innocent attention-seeking behavior might feel harmless, but it's a slippery slope. Every time you step outside the boundaries of your relationship, you're not just disrespecting her, you're disrespecting yourself. A man who is unfaithful lacks control over his impulses, and that's the opposite of strength. The solution? Commit to radical honesty, not just with her, but with yourself. Ask yourself why you feel the need to lie. What are you afraid of? Dishonesty often stems from insecurity, fear of rejection, or a desire to appear better than you are. Real strength comes from owning who you are, flaws and all. Honesty doesn't mean oversharing every thought in your head. It means being authentic and transparent. If you make a mistake, own it. Women respect a man who has the courage to admit when he's wrong and make amends. Faithfulness is a powerful statement in a world that often glorifies fleeting connections. Resisting temptation shows discipline, strength, and respect for your relationship. It sends a clear message: I'm not ruled by my desires, I control them. When a woman knows she can trust you completely, her admiration deepens and your connection strengthens. On the flip side, betrayal leaves lasting scars, even if trust is rebuilt. If dishonesty has been an issue in your past, don't use it as an excuse. Start fresh. Be honest in the small things and let that become your new normal. Living with integrity doesn't just earn her respect, it boosts your self-respect. Honesty and faithfulness are the foundation of any meaningful, lasting relationship. Number 6. Anger and aggression. Anger is one of the most misunderstood emotions, especially for men. Society often teaches us to suppress it or let it explode, but neither approach works. Suppressing anger turns it inward, leading to bitterness and passive aggression. Exploding in anger shows a complete lack of control. Both reactions destroy respect. Women don't respect men who can't manage their emotions. When you lash out, you're telling her that your emotions control you, not the other way around. It's a sign of weakness, not strength. Think about it. What's more powerful, a man who loses his temper over a minor inconvenience, or one who remains calm and composed under pressure? Anger often stems from unmet expectations or a bruised ego. Maybe she said something that hurt, or you're frustrated with life. The key is to recognize your triggers and address them before they escalate. Emotional control is the hallmark of a high-value man. It shows that you're not at the mercy of circumstances, but can weather the storm with composure. Managing anger doesn't mean ignoring it. It's about channeling it into something productive. If you're angry about your career, use that energy to work harder or explore new opportunities. If you're frustrated in your relationship, communicate calmly and directly. One of the best tools for managing anger is the philosophy of Stoicism. The Stoics teach us that while we can't control what happens to us, we can control how we respond. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." When anger rises, pause. Take a deep breath and ask yourself, is this worth losing my composure over? Most of the time, it's not. Reframing your perspective helps too. View anger as an opportunity to grow. Ask, what can I learn from this situation? How can I use it to become stronger? Remember, anger isn't just about yelling or physical aggression. It can also manifest in subtle ways like sarcasm, passive-aggressive comments, or emotional withdrawal. These behaviors are just as harmful and create tension and resentment over time. If you struggle with anger, start by identifying your triggers. Keep a journal or make mental notes of situations that set you off. Once you recognize your patterns, you can begin to change them. Practice mindfulness, meditation, or any activity that helps you stay grounded. Mastering your emotions sets you apart. Women notice when a man can handle stress and conflict with grace. It makes them feel secure and respected. On the other hand, a man who can't control his anger creates chaos, and chaos destroys relationships. Women want a leader, not a loose cannon. By cultivating emotional strength, you earn her respect and create a healthier, more stable relationship. Number 7. Constant complaining. Complaining is one of the quickest ways to lose respect, not just from women, but from anyone around you. Picture this: you're on a date, and instead of enjoying the moment, you're ranting about your job, the government, or how unfair life is. She might nod politely, but internally, she's zoning out. Why? Because complaining screams one thing: weakness. It tells the world, I can't handle my problems, so I'll just vent about them. The harsh truth is that nobody respects a man who spends more time whining than solving. Life is hard for everyone. Challenges, setbacks, and frustrations are part of the game. What separates high-value men from the rest is how they respond to these obstacles. Complaining is the easy way out. It requires no effort, no courage, and no accountability. It's a verbal admission of defeat, and nothing kills attraction faster than a man who sounds defeated. Women are wired to seek stability and strength in a partner. When you complain, you're essentially broadcasting that you lack both. Sure, everyone needs to vent occasionally, but constant complaining becomes a pattern, and patterns shape perceptions. If she sees you as someone who focuses more on problems than solutions, her respect for you will crumble. The Stoics had a different approach. Marcus Aurelius famously said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This means every obstacle is an opportunity in disguise. Instead of whining about what's wrong, focus on what you can control. Complaining gives away your power, but taking action reclaims it. Imagine this. Instead of griping about your boss, you channel that frustration into learning a new skill or applying for a better job. Instead of complaining about traffic, you use the time to listen to an audiobook or podcast. Over time, these small shifts in perspective lead to massive changes. Women notice men who handle adversity with grace and determination. It's not just attractive, it's inspiring. Complaining, on the other hand, rewires your brain to focus on negativity, creating a vicious cycle. You complain because you're frustrated, and the more you complain, the more frustrated you feel. To break this cycle, catch yourself in the act. The next time you're about to complain, pause and ask yourself, what can I do about this? If the answer is nothing, let it go. If there's something you can do, take action. A man who faces challenges head-on without whining stands out. He's rare, and women are naturally drawn to rare qualities. When she sees you as a problem solver, someone who can weather life's storms without breaking, her respect for you skyrockets. Resilience isn't just about enduring hardships. It's about thriving despite them. The more you focus on solutions instead of problems, the fewer problems you'll have. Women respect men who embody this mindset because it signals leadership, stability, and strength, the qualities that make a man irresistible to everyone he encounters. Number 8. Laziness and lack of ambition. Laziness is deeply unattractive. A man without ambition is like a car without an engine, useless and going nowhere. In today's fast-paced, competitive world, standing still is the equivalent of falling behind. Women notice this and they're repelled by it. They want a man who's striving for something, constantly improving, and unwilling to settle for mediocrity. Ambition doesn't mean aspiring to be a billionaire or a global leader. It's about having goals, a sense of purpose and the drive to achieve them. It's about waking up every day determined to be better than you were yesterday. When a woman sees that fire in you, she's drawn to it. It's magnetic. But when she sees you coasting through life, content with the bare minimum, her respect evaporates. Lack of ambition shows up in subtle ways. Sticking to a dead-end job with no plans to change it. Letting your health decline and avoiding the gym. Spending hours on video games or binge-watching Netflix instead of working on yourself. These habits might seem harmless, but they send a clear message. You're okay with being average. And here's the truth. No woman dreams of being with an average man. From her perspective, she's looking for a partner, someone she can build a future with. If you can't even build yourself, how can she trust you to build a life together? Ambition is about showing direction. It's about working hard, taking risks, and stepping out of your comfort zone. Comfort zones are where dreams go to die. If you want to earn respect, embrace discomfort. Growth happens when you challenge yourself, face the unknown, and take risks. One of the biggest lies men tell themselves is, "I'll start tomorrow." But tomorrow turns into next week into next year, and before you know it, years have slipped away. If this sounds familiar, it's time to wake up. Start today. Set a goal, no matter how small, and take action. Progress, no matter how slow, is still progress. That's what ambition is about, moving forward, even when it's hard. Ambition doesn't just benefit you, it inspires those around you. When a woman sees you chasing your dreams, she'll be inspired to chase hers. When she sees you pushing through challenges, she'll trust you to handle life's ups and downs. Ambition isn't about being busy for the sake of it, it's about purposeful action. If you're unclear about your goals, take time to figure them out. Ask yourself, what do I want to achieve in the next year, 5 years, or decade? Write it down. Visualize it. Break it into actionable steps and start working on it today. Discipline is key. There will be days when you're tired, discouraged, or lazy, but discipline means doing the work anyway. Women notice and respect this. It shows strength of character. If you lack ambition, ask yourself why. Is it fear, doubt, or a lack of direction? Whatever the reason, confront it head on. Fear shrinks when you face it. Doubt fades when you act, and direction becomes clear when you start moving. Don't wait for motivation, it's unreliable. Start with discipline, and motivation will follow. Women want a man who's going somewhere, building something, a career, a passion, or a legacy. They want a man who makes them excited about the future, not one who keeps them stuck in the present. Be that man, not just for her, but for yourself. At the end of the day, ambition isn't just about earning respect. It's about living a life you're proud of. Number 9. Jealousy and possessiveness. Jealousy is one of the most destructive emotions in any relationship. It creeps in, turning every glance, text, or interaction into a perceived threat. But here's the hard truth. Jealousy doesn't protect your relationship. It destroys it. Worse, it eats away at your self-respect. Picture this. You're constantly checking her phone, questioning her every move, or getting upset when she spends time with her friends. What message does that send? It screams insecurity. It tells her you don't trust her, and even worse, you don't trust yourself. Women can sense this lack of confidence, and it's one of the fastest ways to lose their respect. Social media has only amplified jealousy, fueling it like gasoline on a fire. Maybe she likes another guy's post or comments on a friend's picture, and suddenly your mind spirals into worst-case scenarios. But ask yourself, is the problem her actions or your inability to control your emotions? 9 times out of 10, it's the latter. Jealousy is rooted in fear. Fear of losing her, fear of not being enough, or fear of abandonment. Here's the paradox. The more jealous and possessive you become, the more likely you are to push her away. Women don't want to feel trapped or controlled. They want to feel trusted, valued, and free to be themselves. Trying to cage her doesn't protect the relationship, it suffocates it. The solution isn't to suppress jealousy, but to understand it. When you feel jealous, don't react impulsively. Pause and ask yourself, where is this coming from? Is it insecurity about your appearance, career, or ability to keep her interested? Use jealousy as a mirror to reflect on what you need to improve within yourself. If you feel insecure about your fitness, start working out. If your career worries you, set new goals and take action. Transform jealousy from a destructive force into a motivator for self-improvement. A man who trusts himself will naturally trust his partner. Here's the truth. Trust is far more powerful than jealousy. When you show her that you trust her, you strengthen your bond. Trust creates security and respect in a way that jealousy never can. Women want to feel chosen, not owned. They want a partner who knows his worth and doesn't need constant reassurance. Possessiveness, like jealousy, is another respect killer. It might start subtly, asking who she's texting or always wanting to know where she is. But over time, it escalates. The more you try to control her, the more she'll pull away. Relationships don't thrive under tight grips. The Stoics teach us that the only thing we can truly control is ourselves, our thoughts, actions, and emotions. Trying to control another person is a losing battle. Instead of obsessing over her actions, focus on becoming the best version of yourself. When you do this, jealousy becomes irrelevant. She'll choose to stay because she values you, not because you're forcing her to. Ask yourself, do I want to be the man who chases and doubts, or the man who inspires loyalty and respect? When you build confidence, set goals, and trust yourself, jealousy fades away. Trust begins with you, and when you trust yourself, she will too. Number 10. Neglecting physical fitness. Neglecting your physical fitness isn't just about how you look, it's about the message it sends. When you let your body go, you're telling the world, I don't care enough about myself to put in the effort. And if you don't care about yourself, why should anyone else? Women are incredibly perceptive. They notice more than just your physique. They notice the discipline, self-respect, and effort it takes to maintain a healthy lifestyle. In today's sedentary world, staying fit is more important than ever. It's not just about looking good, it's about feeling good, performing well, and radiating energy and vitality. Being out of shape doesn't just affect your health, it impacts your confidence, mood, and relationships. Women are naturally drawn to men who take care of themselves because it signals that you have your priorities straight. Let's break it down. Fitness isn't just about hitting the gym or building muscle. It's about maintaining a lifestyle that reflects balance and discipline, eating well, staying active, and making your health a priority. You might think you're hiding your lack of fitness behind baggy clothes or avoiding physical activities, but women notice. They see through the surface and can tell when a man isn't putting in the effort. The good news: it's never too late to start. You don't have to become a bodybuilder overnight. Small, consistent changes can lead to big results. Start with 30 minutes of exercise a day. Go for a run, lift weights, or try a new sport. The key is to find something you enjoy, so it becomes a sustainable part of your routine. And don't underestimate the importance of nutrition. What you put into your body affects your energy, mood, and overall well-being. Physical fitness has a profound impact on your mental health too. Exercise releases endorphins that boost your mood and reduce stress. This positivity radiates in your interactions with others, making you more approachable and attractive. A man who feels good about himself carries himself differently. His posture, energy, and presence exude confidence. And women pick up on this instantly. Neglecting your fitness doesn't just affect how others see you, it affects how you see yourself. When you're out of shape, you're more likely to feel sluggish, unmotivated, and self-conscious. This can create a negative cycle where you avoid physical activity because you don't feel good, and you don't feel good because you avoid physical activity. Breaking this cycle requires commitment, but the rewards are worth it. Women respect men who respect themselves, and taking care of your body is one of the most visible ways to show self-respect. Fitness isn't just about attracting women, it's about being the best version of yourself. When you're fit, you're more likely to take on challenges, push your limits, and live with purpose. Fitness is a metaphor for life. It's about consistency, effort, and progress. Ask yourself, what message is my body sending? Is it saying, I care about myself, my health, and my future? Or is it saying, I've given up? The choice is yours. The time to make that choice is now. Start today. Take the first step, no matter how small, and commit to your journey. Women notice men who are on a path of growth, and physical fitness is one of the most tangible ways to show it. Remember, it's not about perfection, it's about progress. Every workout, every healthy meal, and every positive choice adds up. When you invest in your body, you're investing in your future. And when you respect your future, women will respect you too. Number 11. Ignoring intellectual growth. If you're not growing intellectually, you're stagnating. Women respect men who are sharp, curious, and always learning. In a world full of distractions and shallow entertainment, intellectual growth is one of the most overlooked yet vital traits of a high-value man. It's not just about being smart, it's about having depth, ambition, and the ability to engage in meaningful conversations. Think about the last time you truly connected with someone. Was it because of surface-level chatter, or was it a thought-provoking discussion? Women crave conversations that challenge their perspectives, inspire them, and intrigue them. If all you bring to the table is memes, sports stats, or Netflix recommendations, you're not standing out. Women notice when a man has invested in his mind, and that investment pays off in every aspect of life. Here's the reality. Intellectual growth requires effort. You can't just drift through life consuming whatever's easiest or most popular. A man who values intellectual growth actively seeks out knowledge. He reads books, listens to podcasts, and surrounds himself with inspiring people. He's unafraid to ask questions, explore new ideas, or challenge his beliefs. This isn't just about impressing women, it's about becoming a well-rounded and fulfilled individual. In today's world, intellectual growth is both easier and harder than ever. On one hand, we have access to more information than ever before. On the other, we're bombarded with distractions. Social media, clickbait articles, and endless scrolling can trap you in a cycle of shallow consumption. Breaking free requires discipline and intention. You have to choose to feed your mind with substance, not just entertainment. When you invest in your intellectual growth, it shows. You become a better communicator, problem solver, and partner. Women notice when you can hold your own in a discussion, offer thoughtful opinions, and bring fresh perspectives to the table. It's not about being a know-it-all, it's about being curious, open-minded, and willing to learn. These traits are rare, and rarity is attractive. Intellectual growth isn't just about acquiring knowledge, it's about applying it. Women respect men who use what they've learned to improve their lives and the lives of those around them. Whether it's starting a new project, tackling a challenge, or engaging in meaningful conversations, the value of intellectual growth lies in how you use it. And don't underestimate the power of shared growth. When you're passionate about learning, you inspire others to grow with you. Women are drawn to men who challenge them intellectually and push them to be their best selves. A man who prioritizes intellectual growth creates a dynamic, ever-evolving relationship that never feels stagnant. She'll respect and admire you for it, not just as a partner, but as a person. Number 12. Avoiding responsibility. Avoiding responsibility is one of the biggest mistakes a man can make, and a surefire way to lose respect. Responsibility isn't just about taking care of others, it's about owning your life, your choices, and your outcomes. When you dodge responsibility, you send a message to the world, I can't be trusted. It signals a lack of integrity and an unwillingness to step up when it matters most. Imagine this scenario. You're in a relationship and a problem arises. Instead of addressing it head-on, you deflect, make excuses, or blame others. What does that say to your partner? Women notice when a man shirks responsibility, and it's one of the fastest ways to erode their respect. Women want a man who can take charge, make decisions, and handle challenges with grace and determination. Responsibility is the cornerstone of leadership, and leadership is what women admire in a partner. Taking responsibility doesn't mean you have to be perfect. It means you're accountable. When you make a mistake, own it. When you face a tough situation, rise to the occasion. This doesn't mean doing everything alone, but it does mean being proactive. A responsible man doesn't wait for others to fix his problems. He takes the initiative. In today's culture, responsibility often gets a bad reputation. We're told to avoid stress, prioritize self-care, and let go of anything that feels like a burden. While self-care is important, true self-respect comes from taking ownership of your life. When you own your actions, decisions, and their consequences, you're living with integrity, and integrity commands respect. Why responsibility is powerful. When you take responsibility, you show that you're in control of your life. You're not a victim of circumstance, you're the architect of your future. This mindset doesn't just make you more attractive, it makes you more successful. Women want a man who can navigate life's challenges with confidence and resolve, a man who isn't afraid to take the wheel. Avoiding responsibility often stems from fear. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, or fear of the unknown. But here's the truth: failure is inevitable. What matters is how you handle it. A man who takes responsibility for his failures learns from them and grows stronger. A man who avoids responsibility stays stuck, repeating the same mistakes and wondering why nothing changes. Responsibility isn't just about your actions, it's a mindset. It's recognizing that you have the power to shape your reality. This doesn't mean you'll always succeed, but it does mean you'll always have the opportunity to try. The respect that comes with responsibility. Women respect men who embrace responsibility because it shows courage, resilience, and a commitment to growth. Think about the men you admire. Chances are they're men who take responsibility for their lives. They don't make excuses or play the blame game. They own their successes and their failures, using both as fuel to move forward. Avoiding responsibility might feel easier in the short term, but it comes at a high cost. It limits your potential, damages your relationships, and erodes your self-respect. On the other hand, taking responsibility empowers you. It gives you the confidence to face challenges, the resilience to overcome setbacks, and the integrity to live a life you're proud of. When you take responsibility, you're not just earning the respect of others, you're earning your own respect. And that's the foundation of everything. Women notice when you hold yourself to a higher standard, and they admire it. They want to be with a man who inspires them to be better, a man who leads by example. The final question. So ask yourself, are you taking responsibility for your life, or are you avoiding it? Your answer will shape not only how others see you, but how you see yourself. Step up, own your life, and watch everything, including your relationships, transform. Responsibility isn't a burden, it's your greatest opportunity to grow. And when you embrace it, you'll command the respect and admiration you've always wanted. The takeaway. The habits we've discussed today aren't just obstacles, they're opportunities. Each one represents a choice to stay where you are or rise above, to settle for mediocrity or demand the best from yourself. Let me ask you this. What kind of man do you want to be? The one who blames the world for his failures, or the one who conquers his fears, builds his character, and earns respect at every step? The choice is yours. These habits are common, but they don't have to define you. You have the power to break free, rewrite your story, and build a life that commands respect. not just from others, but from yourself. The respect you crave starts within. It's not given, bought or begged for, it's earned, one decision at a time. That's what being a high-value man is all about, living with purpose, discipline and integrity. Your call to action: reflect on everything we've discussed. Which of these habits is holding you back? And which one will you commit to changing today? Drop a comment below saying, "I'm breaking free," and declare it to the world. The first step to change is accountability. Remember, you're not alone on this journey. Thousands of other men are striving to be better, overcoming these habits, and building lives they're proud of. Subscribe to this channel and join a community of men committed to growth. Hit the notification bell so you never miss the tools, insights, and wisdom you need to keep leveling up. More importantly, share this video with someone who needs it. Together, we're building a movement of men who rise above mediocrity, embrace responsibility, and lead with strength and purpose. This is your time. Step up, take charge, and transform your life.